What is up, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in. This is the Matt Ramage Show, presented by the greatest gas station of all time. We're talking about Quick Trip, people. And right now, they're giving away $25,000 every week. I think it ends this month of August. So be sure to get the Quick Rewards app if you don't have it already. And if you do have it, you're just ignoring it. Don't do that to yourself. You can win big-time money, $250,000 grand prize, and $25,000 weekly. And all types of other stuff they're giving away. They give away vehicles. There's always like ski-doos. There's all types of stuff on there. So check the Quick Rewards app. Don't do yourself dirty. You know what I mean? But anyways, we have a fantastic guest today. Ummer, my man. I got it right? There we go.
You got it right. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah, man. How you doing?
I appreciate it. You invited me on your podcast, so now you were on mine.
Oh, man, I appreciate you repaying the favor, man. I was like, we're just a small fish in a big pond of Matt Ramage, so we just try.
Dude, I actually love, like, your content. Like, I think, like, one of, like, the earlier videos that I saw of you is, like, after, like, a Packers win, and you were just up, you made a video, you were cussing, you were yelling at everybody. Yeah, like, what now? And that's kind of, like, how I started. Like, I would just, like, after, before my live streams and all that, I would just yell into my phone about the game, like, during the game. And it's always a good time. But like, dude, I was like, dude, this guy's legendary. But yeah. So let me ask you this, because like you were a big like supporter of Cheesehead TV, basically everybody. Like before you started doing your own thing on Game on Wisconsin. So like, how did you like get into Packers Twitter? Like, when did you start? And let everyone know who you are.
So, yeah, I was gonna say my name's on there. It's like, you can find me at Ummer3455. Man, I started like my Twitter account back in like 2011. And it was just to do to get fantasy football information and starting to get like inside track information on Packer stuff, because I'm a diehard fantasy guy. I've been playing since like 2001. And like slowly I was like, wow, there's a lot of information here about like the beat writers and stuff like that. So slowly I just started following people that I saw that was putting out any kind of information about the Packers. I mean, I'm in Northern Virginia, right? So I'm not in Green Bay. So a lot of you guys aren't there. So you guys are seeing things that I'll never see unless I come to visit. So I'm like, man, let me just start like following these folks. And I started following Nagler back when he was with like Gannett and with like when he was actually like a beat writer with that group. And I loved his like Cheesehead content. And then it just slowly went from there. And then like Andy started putting out stuff, and everybody just like had something different, a different flair. And then of course where you would just come on there and you were just always talking smack about Bears fans. And I just was like, wow, like this guy is so funny. And like you took like your eyes thing and you made it like people would come at you about it. And you went from like them trying to troll you about it to like a strength. And like you made it into like you made your brand. And I thought that was so cool. And then it just went from there. I just started like, for me, I thought like, I hated when I saw on Twitter people would take other people's content and use it as their own. Like I really thought that was kind of, shady, right? So if you watch me, like I really retweet a lot of people's stuff because you should give credit to the person that's really putting the content out, be it a beat writer, be it Cheesehead TV, Pack a Day, whoever it is. And so slowly I just started building like relationships with all those folks. And I mean, as you can see, I try to be as positive as possible. There's some trolls that kind of get me going, but for the most part, I just try to be like, I try to keep it as even keel as possible, because if people were to be with me watching the game, I'm crazy, man. I'm all over the place. And so like, I try to keep my positive reinforcement in the Twitterverse. And then when I'm watching the game, I'm just like, yeah, I'm a hot mess.
Yeah, dude, people don't invite me to watch games anymore. I mean, I do my live streams now during the game, but I remember like being invited to like watch the game. I'm like, dude, I like to watch a game alone. Like I swear a lot. Like not when I'm live streaming, I don't, because I clean it up.
I get it.
But like in my own little world, like when I watch a game, and I remember people like I got some people upset. They're like, hey, there was kids here. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Aaron Rodgers throws an interception. I got some words to say.
I'm sorry, I'm mad. It don't happen often.
Like something horrible happens. I'm in my zone. Like I don't know the world's around me. But but dude,
yeah, same dude. I'm the same way, man. Like people are, I want to be with you when you're watching games. I'm so crazy. And then my wife can be like, "Hey, dude, like you're not talking to anybody. You're just like sucked into the game." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, I don't know what you want me to tell you."
That's
Like,
the thing. Like
the
even
game's
watching the
over.
game. Yeah, like when the game's on, I'm not trying to talk about your garden. I don't care. Like whatever you're trying to talk about, I ain't trying to hear it. But
Save the time. Save the time. It's not the time, man.
now I do the game stream, so I don't have to worry about that. But we got training camp going on. Have you ever been to training camp?
I have not. I am trying to come. It won't be this year. Probably I'm gonna try to definitely come next year. So I got plans for next year for the draft, and then for a game, and then also hopefully for training camp too. That's I got some things lined up here. So that's the plan right now.
Yeah, dude, this year I haven't been to as many training camps because my job sucks. You know what I mean? You got to work. You know what I mean? But
you got to do it though, man. You got to do it, right?
Yeah. So I haven't been to many, but like, what have you been hearing about training camp, and how you feeling? Like, how hopeful are you like going into this season? I mean, are you as hopeful, let's say, as a Bears fan?
Oh God,
they
are like on cloud nine, man. They think they're going to the Super Bowl. They think they're going to have like Pat Mahomes is their quarterback. I guess.
Here's what I think about Bears fans. Bears fans are like the guy who got a gag lottery ticket. You know what I mean? You know how people like give you that fake lottery ticket as a gag? That's what I feel like. They think they won a lottery, but they can't they can't cash in yet. So they're still like living in that moment until they hand it to someone and they're like, no, that's fake, bro. I didn't even realize.
When they hand it to someone, when the season starts, because then reality hits and they realize, shit, you're 7-10 team again. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But man, training camp has been awesome. I've been like, my notifications is literally every single person on the beat. So I try not to regurgitate too much stuff like when it comes to the things that people are showing. But man, like the defense has been looking hungry. I think like I've been a real big proponent of Mr. Halfley. You know me, I wasn't a big fan of Joe Barry, and seeing where they were last year and then seeing where they are this year, it just seems like a 9-day thing. Like just the energy, the vibe is different. I was just seeing all the things that Jordan's made he's had some picks, but he's also had some really amazing throws too. And just hearing like the people that are there every day that have seen not just Jordan, but the team develop, they're like saying, hey man, he's so much farther ahead than he was this time last year. And then with the defense, I think Rashawn Gary's a man possessed. I think like he's a year removed from his ACL injury, and he's going to really go out of his way to kind of show the world who he's really about. And I mean, you think about when he came in as a draft pick, there was a lot of haters, to include me. I wasn't happy about the pick, and he's made me eat crow since. And same with Jordan. I wasn't happy about that pick either. So I can openly admit that I was completely wrong about those two players, and I'm enjoying everything I'm seeing of them, and I'll be their biggest supporter until they leave Green Bay. But, man, training camp it just looks like the secondary looks like they're playing free, and just the vibe just seems positive, like a really good, happy vibe. You got a fly going around there?
I'm in my basement. I got fruit flies sometimes. I got cans with beer cans.
I got some bear paraphernalia around you or something. That's why it's attracting the flies.
No, but like, yeah, dude, I'm jacked up about this training camp. Everything seems to be good. I'm excited about his defense. McKinney is like a name that I can't wait to see him play in a real game.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I think this defense, like they want it, because like I think that I've said this before. Like I think that's what's important is like you want a defense that wants to be the best, a defense that wants to punch people in the face, and we got guys who want to punch people in the face. Yes. Rashawn Gary, like you mentioned, a man possessed. Like I don't think this dude smiles at work. I hope he does at home. I hope he does at home. I'm sure he does. But whenever you see him at work, like he's so dialed in. He's like, I mean, every player is dialed in. They're all like that. But I would say take his time too. But Rashawn Gary just seems like he's just like this is my life. Everything else is just bonus. Like I'm here to like wreck quarterbacks. Coming off that injury, dude, I think he's jacked up. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Mm-hmm. And Rashawn Gary just regular is bad enough, but like you got to put a chip on his shoulder. I think he's gonna get. I think he's going to break some records this year. I really do. Whether it be Packer records, I think he's going to have a big time year. I'm not saying he's going to have the best year of any player ever, but I'm saying like I think he's going to do some stuff this year. I think he's going to do some, some next level type of play this year. And so, what are you thinking about the offense? We talked about defense a little bit. Josh Jacobs in the running back situation, wide receivers, man.
Okay,
what are we thinking? Jordan Love. First of all, Jordan Love got 220. $75 million just to sign the paper. I like that, dude. 75. Can you imagine 75 million just to sign a piece of
Just
paper?
in like 5 months. Like you're talking about, like I think he gets 25 million now, 25 in October, 25 in December. And I'm thinking like, damn, like that is an awesome, like, not because his birthday's around that too, right? And I think November. So he has like a birthday and a Christmas present that are literally like 50 million. Like that's freaking amazing,
I
dude.
can't
Like,
imagine being
no,
that good at something to make that
yeah.
much money.
I was
It's
telling
like,
folks that.
I'm pretty good at tying my shoes. If they paid for that, but
You mean
I don't really
all cheap
I don't have a skill. That's the thing. Like some people have a skill, like actors and like whatever, that make you a lot of money, or like a smart person that can like build a computer or whatever, and they make all this money. And like some people are like really good at like shotgun and beer. You know what I mean? Like we can't all have it all. You gotta just do what you're good at. You know what I mean? But try to make money on it.
Something. God bless us all with something, man. Look, Jordan earned that thing. Like he came back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like last year was crazy, right? Like the beginning of the year just was kind of up and down, right? But the truth is, if you listen to a lot of people that you know what they're talking about, like the Dusty Everleys, you know, the Brian Maffeys, the Andy Hermans, that actually go and look at the tape and go back and look at it. They said that Jordan didn't play bad. It's just that it took the rest of the team to kind of catch up to where he was. And once he started hitting his ground, that I felt like when the offensive line started gelling and that running back, when Aaron Jones came back, they just took off. And I mean, he was the best quarterback in the second half of the season. And what kills me too is like these people that are like, oh, well, defenses are going to figure him out. They're going to know what's up. I mean, they literally had tape on him all year and they still couldn't figure him out. Right. And it's one of those things where I really think that this year he got paid like he should. Right. It's not our money. And the way that contract kind of played out, it's not like it's going to really handicap us. Like you see $55 million a year, but man, like you talk about like this year, I think it's like $20 million cap. And then it's like a 25, 30. Like the big money doesn't come until year 3, year 4, year 4 and 5. So for me, our window is now. And we were the youngest NFL team last year. And I think we're going to be even younger this year and still be the youngest. So, man, I'm just hyped for him. I'm happy for him, his family. And the truth is, like, these guys are all like just gelling together. Like you were asking about the offense. Like I think Romeo Doubs, like I've never, man, like a 4th round pick like him to come in and to have the kind of praise he's been getting for a year 3 player. Like they always say year 3 is where wide receivers make that jump. So I do feel like him and Christian are going to like really just pop off this year. But I do think Dobbs could become the W1. Like I really do. I think that, you know, he's embarrassing Jair at training camp. Like everything I keep hearing and seeing is like he's just eating him up for all day. And man, like we're at a point now where we went from like not knowing who our receivers were to now we feel like we have an abundance of receivers. Like Grant DuBose is making plays. Hey, I think Samari Toure was making plays. Like, and then Marshawn Lloyd's back now from his hip injury and he's making plays. I'm telling you, like, how is it hard not to be excited about what we're gonna see come week 1 in Brazil? Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm excited for preseason. Like, let's go, baby. I can't wait.
Yeah, you said so much good stuff. Let's bring up this comment right here because that's one of the things I want to talk about. He's always under 45 million cap hit until the final year of 2028. Such a team-friendly deal. The Pack made a statement by saying, here's 75 right now, who needs guarantees when you get cash money in the bank. And that's the thing that I think most people don't realize is like it's team-friendly. It doesn't get to a 45 million cap hit until probably when it's already going to be restructured anyways.
Exactly.
So many people, and I'm not no cap guru. I'm just repeating what smart people say.
Me neither. Me neither. I listen to other people. They tell me, man.
Yeah. But yeah. So like people saying like, oh, now they can't sign anyone else. They can. They'll be all right.
Easily. They got 20 million under the cap right now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that kills me too. Is like, yeah, he got the biggest signing bonus ever, right? But they were saying like if you compare his contract to like Tua and like Goff, like come to total guarantees, it's actually almost equivalent. It's just the way it's spread out. See, Brandon's right. It is a team-friendly deal, and the cap is going to keep going up. I'm going to talk about the cap paying like $300 million, right?
Yeah, the cap.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is going to be chump change. Like, I hate to say it like that because it's not chump change, but like his cap is never going to be more than 20% of what our team salary cap is, if you know what I'm saying, right? And because of that, we'll be always able to pick guys up, extend our current players. There was some like, I guess like Ross Uggam put out like a pod on Pack a Day Talk, like kind of hating on the contract, saying, "Oh, we can't sign. You may not be able to do this. You may not be able to do that." And I'm like, I don't think that's the case at all. I think the way it's structured, we're going to be able to keep the guys that we want to keep and also make acquisitions too. I think I think it's a great contract, honestly. But based on what other people got paid.
It seems like the thing is, people just got like a perception in their head, like, oh, they should take less money and whatever. It's just like, just because your quarterback gets paid, like these guys are smart. Like Russ Ball, like they know what they're doing.
Russ Ball's the man, dude. He is the man.
I don't know how they. I want to get to this comment right here from Bradley Bartram. I believe I'm saying that right. Probably not. Did Jordan Love really earn that though? He had half a great year. First of all, great comment. I appreciate you commenting, but yeah, because they're not paying players for what they did. Yeah. Like I don't care like what a quarterback did. Like, you know, you win a Super Bowl. If they don't believe you can win another one, they'll cut you. Yeah. So like, they're not paying, like, talk about last year. They're paying off what they saw last year, which was more than half a year. Like every loss was not on him. I mean, he definitely had his struggles, the ups and downs of last year, but they're paying what they believe he is, what he will be, and what he can be. Exactly. They're not paying for what he is, because everyone's like, well, you know, if you look at all the top quarterbacks that are paid, there's not a lot of rings there. I forget how many it is. If you took the top 10 or whatever, but not a lot of rings because they're not paying for what they did. They're paying for potential. And just that's the quarterback market. If you're telling your guy, right, you're telling your young quarterback, you're our guy. We believe you. We believe you're the guy that can take us to the promised land.
Hell yeah.
And then he's like, all right, my contract's due. They're like, all right, chill. You ain't that good. Like they can't do both.
Yeah, you
they can't say you're our guy. You're our guy. We're gonna build our whole team around you, but we don't want to pay you that much. You can't do that, especially on the first deal when Jordan Love did all the right things. He sat there, was quiet, didn't complain. When Rodgers drama started happening, he didn't like get on Twitter all drunk one night. All right, and I wouldn't be all like that. I like light bulbs.
I get it. You're right. Like, I think you made a really good point. It's like, it's not like our jobs where like when we get bonuses and raises and promotions, it's because of what we've done, right? In this world, it's because of the potential, what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
And people can't forget too that when Aaron Rodgers got his big extension back in 2008, the team was 4-3, and he only played 7 games, and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna make you the highest paid quarterback." And then what happened? They went 2-7 for the rest of the season. I know a lot of that was the defense. Didn't make the playoffs, and that was a precedent that was set back then. And like, end of the day, you don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, he could tear his ACL, or he could tear something up where he will never play again. So he needs to get his money now. But I do think like just using like saying like the back end of the season was not enough. I mean, if you really do look at these other quarterbacks that did get paid, like Jared Goff, minus going to 1 Super Bowl with the Rams, he hasn't really done much else. Right? Like, yeah, he's had some decent seasons. He did okay last year. Like, yeah, he got the NFC Championship game, but he's still kind of messed up in the – he kind of still messed up in the NFC Championship. I almost said so I should have said.
We're like 12. We're like 12.
I know. It was right there, dog. It was right there. So, and every quarterback, even like Trevor Lawrence, has only 1 playoff win, and really, he's the first overall pick. You would expect a heck of a lot more from him than other players.
Yeah,
and
Trevor Lawrence is weird.
Win his playoff game with all those weapons. So I don't know. I think he earned it. That's my personal opinion. I think
he did, especially when you start paying other people like Trevor Lawrence. Like Lawrence, when he came out, he was like supposed to be Peyton Manning. Like, because like when Peyton Manning came out, like it was like LeBron type of thing. I wouldn't compare anything to LeBron because when he came out, it was crazy. But when Peyton came up, it was crazy. But Peyton was like expected. There's not all the quarterbacks aren't expected to be great. Like Peyton Manning was expected. Like Brady wasn't expected. Peyton Manning, they were like, hey, this guy's gonna be the greatest thing ever. Yeah. And then he ended up doing all right.
Mahomes was expected. Look at Mahomes. I mean, he was a late first round pick, middle of the pack, right? But his time at Texas Tech was, I mean, decent, but nothing great, you know. But like, people were talking about Mitch Trubisky being a better quarterback than Matt Mahomes. Clearly, that was wrong. But I'm just saying, like, you know, there's you know, I mean, you look at Daniel Jones.
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Right? Oh man, it's the best thing ever. I'm sorry. It's funny how that works. Bears get a quarterback. He does good for a year, then he's terrible, right? And then what happens? He eventually ends up in Pittsburgh. And the same thing happened again with Justin Fields. Had a quarterback, and then eventually he goes out, and now he's in Pittsburgh. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, how all our quarterbacks go to the Jets, I guess all the Bears quarterbacks go to the freaking Steelers eventually. I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, Dude, watching the Bears fumble quarterbacks is the beautiful thing.
Oh,
Like they could have,
beautiful.
which is like what I always think is like whenever like Bear fan, Viking fans, now Lion fans are getting chirpy. They're talking about, well, you had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, only 2 rings. It's like, bro, you guys have like found ways to suck. Like you could have had Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You could have had Aaron Rodgers. You could have had Patrick Mahomes, and I'm sure there's so many other quarterbacks you could have had.
Yep.
And you just
100%.
don't. So you're gonna get mad at me, cry at me because like your team can't figure out how to figure out the quarterback situation.
Thank you, man. That's why they say the Bears don't suck. They have literally a history of just making quarterbacks terrible. Even with Caleb Williams, like he's a generational talent from a physical standpoint. I just don't know about him when it comes to the mental rigors of the game, when it comes to him handling adversity, because he did seem like he could handle it last year at USC. And I'm like, it doesn't get any better than NFL. You know what I'm saying? Now,
it's not going to get no easier.
No, hell no. But the difference is, though, he has a better situation than Justin Fields ever did. And, yeah, he has a good opportunity. But, again, it's the Bears. They didn't fix that offensive line. The offensive line is still doo-doo. And, hey, man, I just think that they're going to be another 8-8 team probably. And Caleb Williams, I'm just hoping like he sucks while he's there, and then he ends up somewhere else and blows up. That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Yeah. You said doo doo.
I try to keep it. I'm trying to keep it.
You threw me off there with that. Let's get to some comments over here. I like you, dude. You're good. James, this is one of my biggest trolls. He says the wildest comments in the world. Packers will not make the playoffs. $100 bucks, Matt. $100. All right, I assume he means bet. James has been hidden. You know, I don't know what he's on, but he's on it tonight.
He's on something good right
now. I don't make bets with people, but I guarantee you, like I would make a not money bet. People always say like bet me, and then I'll say no, and they're like, oh, see, you're afraid. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna bet everyone on the internet. I don't even know you. Like, how do I?
Yeah, like, how are you gonna come through, dog? Yeah, like,
and I'm not gonna start betting everyone on the internet. Like, I work at a cheese factory, bro.
Exactly. Look, I made a bet with a Bears fan, and the bet was if the Bears beat us, then I have to wear a Bears jersey, and then if we beat them, then they have to wear a Packers jersey. We swept them, and I think till this day, I'm still waiting for this dude to come through. Hey man, send me a jersey, and I'm like,
Bears fans don't pay up.
All talk, dog. All talk, bro. All talk. Just like right now, all season, just talking. That's all they do. It's just yakking. You know, yes, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's specific accounts that literally just do all this like engagement clickbait crap. We're just trying to like get us all Packer fans riled up. I don't even say nothing. I don't even engage them. I might pop off a little bit here and there. I just can't wait.
Sometimes it's hard to ignore that thing though. People tag me and that's on the dumbest Bears page is post. Not like, getting after it.
I'm just like, you guys are talking so much trash about the quarterback that swept you last year.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing.
What are we doing right now? Like are you serious?
Let's break this down real quick. I don't care. We'll talk about the Bears for a second. Then the Bears fans like rent free. Like, yeah, okay, we're talking about the rival. Really? Bears has got a touchdown over here. But anyways, yeah, the preseason game, a battle of backups over here.
That's the only time they score when it don't count.
I forgot what I was gonna say now. See, now I got off target. See, when I have a thought, I can't say too many words in between.
Not that important.
But anyways,
the Bears.
But let's talk about your podcast. How long have you been podcasting? This is pretty new, isn't it?
Man, I think I want to say we've been doing it for about a year, almost a year and a half. Yeah. So I started like podcasting with Dan Connick on Game On Wisconsin. We would do post-game shows and just have a good time with that. And then after that, Bernie was a guy that they kind of hooked me up with, and he's in Washington and I'm here in Virginia. So we're like, all right, well, we got to think of a name, and Coast to Coast Packers just came up. And next thing you know, man, we'd be just killing it. Bernie is the man, dude. The guy's like, he is a true angel of our team, to be honest with you. The guy's like a former veteran, 21-year serve, former special needs teacher. Like, he's a really, really good dude. And I'm just really happy to have him as a partner. And yeah, man, like, not to take anything away from your show, but you guys want any other kind of like, hit us up, check us out, man. Like, we have a good time and we try to keep it alive. We try to, we're trying to get on Ramage's, level. That's all we're doing right now.
No, I think you guys are killing it. I think I do dig Game On Wisconsin. They got some good content. I know they got some change over there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we're kind of trying to help out. That's all we're doing. We're just like kind of taking over a little bit of the account, but not really, and just kind of just trying to put out as much content as possible. Where because in this day and age, you get so saturated with so much Packer stuff, you kind of want to change it up to be a little bit different. And with your show in particular, like you are a very unique show. Like you're not just a person that's like, I'm going to give you stats or I'm going to give you, breakdowns. Like you just have a good time talking about the Packers and you talk trash at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't catch the shows live, but I always like listen to them on Apple Podcasts. Like every time I see Matt Ravage come up, I think, okay, I got an hour to spend right now.
There you go. Everyone should be listening to the podcast over on Apple, Spotify, all the places, and also coast to coast on Game on Wisconsin.
Game on Wisconsin, same thing, and all the same platforms. Yep.
All right, so we were talking before this a little bit. You have like a pretty good memory about games.
I'm all right. It's all the traumatized ones.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I always think it's weird, like when people talk about because Nagler has really good memory.
Oh yeah, he's an elephant.
Yeah, he'll be like talking about like I remember 2013. It was a Thursday night game, and the weather was no.
Some of them I do. Some of them I'm like, yeah, I feel you on that.
I don't remember that stuff, but so have you been to many games or any games? Not living close.
It's funny you said 2013. So the last game I went to was against the Eagles, 2013, November. I want to say it was like my birthday weekend. It's like around like November 10th, 11th, around that time, right? And it was when Scott Tolzien was starting. And it was like maybe like a week or two after Rodgers had broken his collarbone, give or take, I think. Yeah, so that was my last game. Lost that game against Philly. And I was, man, we got there like, I think we got there like Friday or Saturday. We got there like Saturday, got hammered, and then missed all the pregame stuff. Just got into the game and I was hammered by the halftime just because I just kept drinking beers. I didn't eat anything. And it was in the game, we were just like, bro, it was terrible. Like that game was like all over the place. And then at one point we scored, but I was like so hammered I couldn't even stand up. It was so bad. I was so mad because we were losing. And I knew we scored, but I was like, I knew we lost. And like everyone was like, is everything okay with it? I was like, I'm just mad because we're gonna lose. I was in my feelings, man. So that was my last game. Now I'm trying to come back for another game. Like I'm trying to squeeze one in this year if I can. But if not, then definitely try and make something next year.
Yeah, dude. That game had to suck though because Rodgers gets hurt, Tolzien's in there. Like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah, I was like, dude,
I think we're going through the motions now. Like, we'll go to the game, support. Yay! Let's go watch them get their ass.
Well, and see, look, I was me being in the DMV area. The Packers have played here a lot, so I've been to a lot of the games when they played Washington in Washington. So I've been to like about 3 or 4 of those, right? And I've been to one where Brett Favre was in there too. So it was like I said, it was a good time. But like it just sucked for my first experience at Lambeau not to have see Rodgers play. But it was fun.
Yeah.
I was going to play, right? And like Tolzien was doing his thing, Unfortunately, he couldn't get done that game, but it was like I think it was 2 weeks after the injury. So I think he got hurt week 6. I want to say about week 6. But yeah, so yeah, I was wasn't happy, but at the end of the day, it was still an amazing experience. That whole like environment, the ambience, man, it was amazing. Like I was like, I got to go back. I don't care win, loss, or draw. I just want to go back. I want to see the boys play, and hopefully I can get to where Jordan's in there and doing his thing, man.
Dude, we got a comment over here from Iowa Joe.
Oh, okay, here we go.
He's either your friend or foe because he's been chatting.
Oh snap! Oh no, Iowa's my boy.
Our resume, how the heck did he end up with Ummer?
Bernie, that's a damn good question. I have no idea either. I think if anything, I might be a Make-A-Wish kid. He's just giving me a chance.
Football is back.
Boy, I was my boy.
Jordan Love time soon. Yeah. So so we got preseason coming up. The Packers are going to be training with a training camp with is it the Ravens, right?
Yeah, I think the Ravens. Yep.
Yeah, I saw Jair talk about it with because Lamar's his dude, right? They were in college together. That video, draft day video was Jair. I remember watching that live, like when that was happening.
Yeah, same.
And I instantly thought, I love this dude. First of all, he's so happy for his friend.
So
and he just has that personality or whatever. But
that's why
have you seen it? No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's why I thought like last year we didn't see that Jair, like his personality. Like that guy that got drafted in 2018, when he saw Lamar get drafted, he was so hyped for his boy. Just the pure happiness you saw on his face. You saw that from 2018 to basically 2021, 2020. And after that, it just kind of went away for a little bit. And then now it's back. Like I'm just seeing him having a good time, having fun. So yeah, it was funny. He was talking to Stacy, and he was like, yeah, like I can't hurt my. Oh, was it Stacy? Or was in the locker room? It was one of the two. But he was like talking about, yeah, I'm not gonna tackle him. But he definitely owes me some picks. And I was like, yeah. I love this stuff, man. I was like, I love how all that works, man. I love that stuff.
Yeah, dude. I love me some Lamar Jackson. He's my fantasy quarterback. But this year in fantasy football, I have a problem. I got Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love.
Oh,
so
shoot,
I think.
okay.
I don't know. I might have to trade Lamar Jackson. I feel like I feel like I have too good of quarterbacks and not enough good rest of my team. You know what I mean? So one of them got to go, and I would never trade Jordan. And I do love Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is probably my favorite non-Packer player. I just like in his interviews. I just like he seems like a good dude.
He's a good dude. Yeah, I agree with that.
He's 100%. Fun to watch. He's really fun to watch. Run around. Last year he didn't run around as much. I think they're trying to contain him a little bit, try to keep him healthy.
He's still MVP. He was still MVP, right? I mean, he's a dynamic player. I just love the fact, like, I'm a big supporter of him because the fact that you got so many people that come out here and say, like, oh, he's not a quarterback, he's a running back, all these stupid things. I'm like, dude, like, he's a hell of a football player. He's the thing was, like, when he was at Louisville, he was a top tier passer. It wasn't like he was just running the ball all day. Yeah, he ran it, but he still threw for 3,200 yards his last year, and it was a Heisman Trophy winner. So I'm like, why are we hating on this dude? We should be like, for me, like, I'm a Packers fan to the day I die. I want to see them win everything. If they're out of the playoffs and they don't have a chance, then yeah, I don't care if Lamar or Pat Mahomes get the rings. Because the more rings Mahomes get, the chances is that he'll get more than Brady, and then we can stop talking about Brady and we can start talking about Mahomes, right? Honestly, but problem with you, man. Like, I'm a Lamar guy. I can never get him in my drafts because he goes always so early, and I'm always like, man, I just don't even waste it. I just wait to get, like, you know. I try to get Jordan now as my plan. Like, between rounds 7 through 9 is my sweet spot.
We got Lyle over here chirping, and he's a fantasy guru, we'll call him. So I would keep them both, play the hot hand. That's kind of what I did last year. I just tried to play who I thought would be best. But I think this year Jordan Love is going to be the hot hand. I think every single week, bro.
And also think about it too. Lamar's been getting banged up too. Like, he had like a sickness in training camp, and because of his style, he does take a chances with hits, right? If I'm you, I wait till the bye weekends, and once Jordan's bye week is gone, which he has a late bye week, doesn't he?
I think the Packers are.
Shit, that's not gonna work. Because I was gonna say you could just wait to the bye week and then trade him, right? But that's a long time to hold him.
Dude, I feel like I have like just quarterback on my fantasy team. That's all I got. I got Aaron Jones too.
Okay.
I don't know about my wide receivers though. I have Hopkins. I just saw alert. Hopkins got hurt.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine by week 1, more than likely. He was out there practicing with his knee all wrapped up, so he'll be all right.
We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, I should have won. I should have won it last year. I don't think I'm gonna this year. But are you a big fantasy guy?
Oh God, dude. Yeah, man. I've been
playing like 20 teams or what?
Last year I had 15 teams, and then 15. Yeah, and then this year I'm probably down to maybe 10. It's only because, like, I have, like, my
you went through rehab, like, I can knock 5 off. That's all I can do.
My wife was putting this kibosh on that. She goes, you need to get some of these leagues. You need to get rid of these leagues. It's ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, I know. But what happens is, like, I have a core of like 8 leagues that I love. Like, I commissioned like 3-4 of them, and the rest of them I've been in for a long time. But man, like, everyone's like, people go on Twitter and they're like, hey, we need one more person for a league. And I'm like, I got you. I'm like an addict, man. I'm like, yeah, I got you. I can jump in. So I go and jump in that league. And then, it's just like, but I'm not going to lie. Last year was tough. Like 15 leagues and just trying to keep track of everything.
Dude, I can't do it. I haven't done fantasy in like a lot of years. I was out of fantasy for like 10, 15 years. I won the Super Bowl with LaDainian Tomlinson back in the day, and I retired.
Oh, damn.
Shut it down. I was like, shut it down. I'm going to end on top. And then I went back last year. I'm in a dynasty league. I should have won it last year. I made a mistake. A guy was supposed to play at the last minute, like half over before the game. Like, he's not playing. If I'd have known that, or if I'd have been paying attention, because it was my fault. But I lost. I don't like to talk about it. But I would have won the thing. But now it's a dynasty league. I felt like I was built for 1 year.
That's it. Now you're like, shit. What do I do?
Now I gotta regroup. But we'll figure it out. We might have to rebuild, you know what I mean? But we got a good quarterback. Our quarterback situation is good. We might have to retool like the situation.
Retool a little bit. That's it.
All right, dude. I think that's it for me. I don't think I have too much more. But I was gonna ask you something. I forgot what it was now. Oh yeah, what's your favorite Packer game? I mean, like, take out Super Bowls. like what is one game that like sticks out besides Super Bowls? Because that's
Yeah,
just
Super Bowls
easy.
you can't count because those are like the ones that always get you, right? Oh man. So there's a few.
Yeah,
One
you got
was
that memory bank. I feel that
yeah, like it's
gears are
hard to
churning
pick
a
one.
little bit.
Oh man, like it's so hard to pick one. Like that Bears game on Monday was a Sunday night, like 42-0 in the first half. That was epic.
Yeah.
The Hail Mary game in Detroit, like no joke. When he hit that Hail Mary, my wife was like sleeping and she was pregnant with our first kid. I ran in
I
there.
know
She was
more.
recording me. I couldn't even talk because I was so like hype and it was just I was like, you won't believe it. He threw it and he caught it. And there's a video of it, like a grainy video from Snapchat that I had
Like
to
a
save.
toddler.
Oh god, it was terrible, dude. But it was so much fun. And then man, the remember the 2014 game against Miami where last second touchdown to Andrew Corliss in the end zone for them to win that game. That one had my heart going. And that just there was so many games, man. Just when we finally beat Brett Favre when he came back and we like
Yeah,
smacked him. That was tight.
that was
Um,
personal.
that was personal. And I gotta give my respect to Favre too. Like hell,
Oh
that
yeah, for sure I do. But
yeah,
like
like
yeah, but beating him the second time because he beat us,
yes,
I
that
wanted that.
felt
I
good,
wanted
man.
that win. I wanted
Yes,
so bad. I probably wanted that win more than anything. And it wasn't even like I hate Favre. I know he's got some stuff
no,
going on now, but at that time it was more like he was a Vikings quarterback. Right now
yep.
he's the enemy. At some point he won't be, but today he's got to
Yeah,
go
he's
down.
the enemy. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Like there was a game against the St. Louis Rams where like Randall Cobb caught like a last second touchdown, like in the end zone, one handed it. And it was like I
Yeah.
have that one in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
I
one
think I
was
remember that.
I'm just telling you, there's so many games you can't pick one. Like, because there were so many games where we weren't even expected to win, right? Against Atlanta in the playoffs. They were supposed to be
Yeah.
no shot and we rocked them, right? Like even like the game before our Atlanta game in 2016 where we got smacked, that Giants game, I mean, that was just insane. Like, what I'm saying? Just so many things that kind of went kind of our way, what I'm saying? Like a Hail Mary before the half and then
Yeah.
the fumble.
And
Yeah, like Clay Matthews and Peppers are pushing people over and like trying to get that fumble that Eli threw, and it's like just so much, man. Like I'm telling you, bro, like, you can't make me pick one game. Like I'll just keep running
dude,
games off.
there's so many like that. Randall Cobb against the Bears
Yes,
and Kuhn got
2013.
that block.
Yep,
Yeah, Kuhn got that block. That's a game that always sticks out.
goosebumps, man,
Des
goosebumps.
dropped it right that game
Oh, that
because
was yeah.
besides the game, I was watching that game on my phone at my son's basketball tournament.
Oh
So
shit,
like
okay.
I had it on my phone. I paid like I don't even know how much I paid to watch this game because back then it wasn't like now
Yeah,
it's kind of easier. But back then you had to like pay like nah, you ain't watching this, bud.
yeah, you
But
got
I couldn't miss the game. I was like, who schedules the tournament? Packers in the playoffs. What are we doing? Cancel this thing. But anyways, we went. But I'm on my phone. Everyone's huddled around me
yeah.
right, during this whole game, and then we were cheering, and they're on a timeout on the basketball
Like,
game.
what's going on here? Like,
We're
there's
like,
nothing going
yeah,
on.
and they're all looking at us like, what happened? What happened?
Dude,
And then
that
the whole
game
thing
was
happened like
amazing.
as the game ended. I'm walking out like, what happened? I'm like, they're challenging it. They're challenging it. And then like everyone's like walking their car. Like my kid's like, who won? What what's going on? And then
You know what?
when Dez did that thing on his head, when
He's like it's over, and he couldn't believe it. And I'm telling people right now, even if they scored there, Rodgers had 4 minutes left. It was like what, a 4-point game. You're telling me that he wouldn't walk down the field and score? He was eating that defense up with one calf. Come on, dog. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, he had a torn calf, and he was eating these dudes up, man. There ain't no way Dallas is going to beat us in Green Bay. Now, the next week after that sucked,
dude.
But
we don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. That's another traumatizing damn time. But shit,
dude. But like so many games like that in NFL history, where like they show like this iconic game, but they don't tell you like there was 5 minutes left. They really didn't decide the game, but they make it seem like that on NFL films, like everyone. But yeah, the Packers, that if Dez caught that or if they called it a catch, it wouldn't have mattered.
If they called it a catch, it would have been on the 1 or 2 yard line. So he still had to punch it in, which they might have. Back then, right?
Yeah, even if they did.
Yeah,
the Packers should have just let them if they did call it a catch.
Yeah,
because there's 4 minutes left. Aaron Rodgers isn't getting stopped that day. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Des Bryant definitely dropped it, dude, and he dropped it so severely. It was a beautiful thing. Like when he put his hands on his head, I was in the parking lot, watching the game with like some people and my son. I screenshot it. I made it a meme like instantly. Like I'm making a meme and I said, I just wrote Des dropped it on Instagram. It like went big because I was doing memes back then.
Yeah, and, you were killing it. I remember that. Yeah.
And then when I got home, like it was holy crap, this meme went off.
It went viral.
Dude, it's one of my favorite games because it like lasted forever. Like even though we didn't, whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we won't talk about
what happened next. But it was just memorable, and Des still cries about it a little bit.
Till this day, dude.
He still complains about it.
He's still in his
I like that he does, though. I like it.
Yeah.
Because it means something to me. It should mean something to you, too, buddy.
Damn right. That was our last claim to fame, basically, at that time. Damn.
Yeah.
Dude,
bro. The Packers have so many situations where, like, they should have.
Like, even last year, where, like, we're playing against San Francisco in San Fran. We had them on the ropes. And like that, when McCaffrey drove down and scored, part of me was like, just let him score. Get as much time on the clock as possible. Yeah. Just let the dude punch it in. Stop wasting time. You just knew they were going to score and give us like less time. And I mean, I know Jordan made a mistake, and that's fine. He's a young kid. He's going to make mistakes. I'm not worried about that much. But no, man, like that whole game was like, I was talking to Bernie about it. I was like, like that whole game, everyone that watched it, every time they were like, it was like fourth down and we were going for it, they moved the ball back like a yard. So it was supposed to be 4th and inches, but it was like 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, basically. I'm like, like the refs were on something that game, man. Like I've never seen so many bad ball placements. I know complaining about refs sounds very, it's futile, but man, I was just those are the things as a fan that you notice that you're like, okay, just call the game straight, just call it fair, call it down the middle, and I'm not going to complain. But you start doing stuff like that, I'm like, man, y'all really want these Bama's to win so they can lose in the Super Bowl? Fine by me. I'm not gonna lie. I was going for Detroit in that championship game. I know that sounds like blasphemy, but I knew Detroit wasn't going to beat.
Dude, it was so hard for me. Right? I hate the 49ers so bad.
That's it.
And they always beat us. And I like being able to say you ain't won nothing since 1994.
Yep.
1994. So you beat the Packers in the playoffs, but then you choke it out. You know what I mean?
You beat us. If that's your claim to fame,
they might go to the Super Bowl, but they'll lose it.
Bro, I'm telling you, they like the Bills, man. They're like the Bills. They lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. I was like, they gained to that point now. That's 2 Super Bowls. Actually, I think it's 3 Super Bowls if you count the Jim Harbaugh days, right? Oh, come on,
need to, but the Packers need to beat the Niners in the playoffs.
I agree.
Because even like back in the day when Favre was doing his thing, like we had a lot of teams like Cowboys were like a big team that we just couldn't get past. Yeah, but a lot of times we didn't have to because someone else beat them. We kind of decided squiggle past them or whatever. I want the Packers to beat the Niners. I want them to be the team if the Niners can make it to the playoffs again.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna.
You know what I mean? Brock Purdy is overrated.
100%. He is a definition of a game manager. He is only what he is because of the weapons around him and that coaching.
Yep.
And he probably will get exposed this year. I mean, they're already talking about. He looking like Sean Clifford in training camp right now. He's throwing pick after pick. He threw 4 picks in a row, something I heard. I think I know we ain't talking about this dude, bro. That's why
he's not. Dude, the difference between Brock Purdy and Jordan Love, because I'll give Brock Purdy credit. Like, he's good. Like, you just do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, don't give the game away. Don't screw it up. Everyone else is really good. Just stay in line and like do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Jordan Love, his ceiling is higher. Jordan Love can be a playmaker. Jordan Love can be a guy that's, hey, let me put this team on my back. His first year starting, youngest team, whatever, still made it to the playoffs, beat the number 2 seed at home, even though it's the Cowboys. Everyone's like, it was the Cowboys.
Yeah,
they were still a number 2 seed.
They were a good team. Yeah.
They were supposed to win.
Yeah, they were supposed
Everyone was stunned.
We were in their house. Like, they were supposed to destroy us, and
they were small. And like that, for the Cowboys, they had to have been like, dude, this team, Rodgers has come in here and exposed us. Rodgers has a better record in his stadium than we do.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, Rodgers ain't there no more, so we should kill these
dudes. So now is our time. Now we punch him in the face. Youngest team ever, first year starting quarterback. And then Aaron Jones is like, bro, I'm not even going to take my shoes off in the house.
What was that, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, dude, Aaron Jones, man, I was thinking that when Aaron Jones was leaving Green Bay, I was like, man, he should just go to the Cowboys. He'd probably go to the Hall of Fame.
Easily.
Because he played very well.
Like 300 yards. 8 games of 300 yards each, dude. He'd probably break Jamal Lewis and King Henry's record in rushing, dude. Like,
Yeah,
crazy,
dude. Aaron Jones, when he plays the Cowboys, dude, he turns into another beast. I think he's gonna have a good year this year in Minnesota.
I think in Minnesota, he plays well. Like, he just plays well on turf. Like, he plays well on that kind of like.
I think he'll have a good year. He's on my fantasy team. I had a rule last year. I don't like having rivals team players on my fantasy team, but it's so hard now because it's a dynasty league. So yeah, I got Aaron Jones. I'm not gonna. I like Aaron Jones. I think he's gonna have a good year. I think if they use him right, I think he's gonna put up some numbers. But I don't like the Vikings, and I don't want them to win any games. So
it's a little bit of that.
You know what I mean? But I do love me some Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is like one of the great humans of the world.
Yeah, but, dude, I'm still sad that him leaving. Like, that dude, like, there's some guys that go out on Twitter and they kind of make fun of him and stuff like that. I can't stand it. I'm like, dude, that dude did nothing wrong. Like, it wasn't. Dude, he has a G tattooed on his leg, bro.
Yeah, like, he's literally such a good human. Like, there's not many.
No, when he took Devontae Wick's head and moved it up in the Rams game after the fumble, I'm just like, man, like, that's leadership that you cannot account for. Like, we were talking to Ryan Grant this week, and he was just talking about that leadership aspect. That's something you don't really see on the field, but that's something you can account for, and that's what might be missing in the locker room this year. But the cool thing is that Josh Jacobs is also built differently, and he's also comes from a lot of adversity. And he's also been a team captain when he was in Vegas with the Raiders. So because of that, I'm thinking he may not be the same kind of leader, but I see him still being an influence in the locker room, right?
I don't think that they're going to lose a lot with Josh Jacobs taking over Aaron Jones, but they're going to lose something because Aaron Jones was special, and he was friends with everyone in the locker room. Yeah, but Josh Jacobs will be. But good luck to Aaron Jones. Hopefully, he doesn't win too many games over there in Minnesota. I hope he does good.
He can yards a game.
Yeah, they can lose every game. Yeah, I don't think the Vikings are going to do much anyways, but I will never ever disrespect Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones is my dude.
That's my boy, man. He will retire a Packer eventually. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, JJ McCarthy looks like doo-doo. Freaking Sam Darnold, it's like 6th Sense. He sees ghosts and dead people. So dude,
Sam Darnold. That's the thing. Dude, I can't take people serious that when they start trashing my quarterback and your quarterback is Sam Darnold, bro.
Are you
Sam Darnold, bro?
No.
Dude, you know what it is? Sam Darnold and Jordan Love comparison is like me being Sam Darnold and Jordan Love is Charlie Barron's.
Yeah. Oh no, man! You getting to that level now. You getting to that level.
There's quite the gap. Sam Darnold isn't scaring nobody, bro. Actually, I can mention this now because it's scheduling is about to happen. Charlie Barron's will be on my podcast.
Heck yeah, dude.
I don't know when, but we're working on the schedule right now. But we're gonna make that happen. Charlie Barron's is the most busy person on social media.
No, dude, he's
stand up. He makes skits. You see him popping up. You see videos of him over here. He's over there. He's doing. My cousin was just at Charlie Barron's show. I don't know where it was. It was outside. It was like a wooden stage, and he's out. She sent me the whole thing. I think she videoed the whole thing, sent it to my Snapchat. But
dude, I'm telling you, that boy is
he's working.
Dude, reels. All I see on Instagram is reel, another reel, another reel. And I'm like, man, do you ever not?
It's like a short film.
Yeah, I'm mad respect though, man. Hey, do your thing, dude. He's killing us. I can't hate.
Yeah, I wish I could act. You know what I mean? I know how to act.
Fine. You're good, dog. Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna act like I'm sober when I go to bed tonight. My wife walk in there. Hello, how are you today? But,
what is wrong with you?
We're gonna wrap this thing up. I'm here with Umar. How do you say your last name? Desai. All right. Yeah. That's exactly how I heard it in my head too.
Yeah. See?
I just want to say it wrong. So Umar Desai over here, Game On Wisconsin, Coast to Coast podcast. Be sure to check it out. I think you guys do a great job, dude. I was on your show. I think you're good. I see the clips all over the place. I think
we're definitely saturated as much as we can. We're trying to get like Charlie Burns. We just put something out every day.
So what about Ryan Grant? Like, where did you talk to him? Was he on your show?
Yeah, so we got Ryan Grant. So me and him have been following each other for years on Twitter.
Yeah,
and I just had him on, and he talked about his time in Green Bay. He kind of talked about how when he was with the Giants, he's with Washington. Like, Giants was not that bad, but Green Bay was the best. And just the way training camp was when he was kind of coming up, and how like McCarthy would do it was 7-on-9 where like basically it would be 7 offensive players against 9 defensive players.
Oh,
And he said that kind of
yeah.
stuff like just took years off his career because they don't even do that stuff anymore. He
Yeah,
says
they
that-
probably had to do that because of the way the Packers defense played back then.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I recommend anyone to go check out the show because he had so many offensive
Yeah, for
players.
sure.
He's friends like Marseilles Lewis, so he's talking to him about stuff. His thoughts on like just the running back room. He loved Aaron Jones. He also was kind of like, yeah, you know, like that was his dude. Like he was like that was the guy like that he just loved and respected. And then his thoughts on like just the offense and just, you know, he was with LaFleur when LaFleur was in Washington as a quarterback coach. So he kind of saw him there. So he kind of asked him his thoughts about like where LaFleur was when he met him to where he is now. And he just says he's just made up of the right stuff. And he said that he's really just happy to see from where he has came to where he is. He's like, you know what? Like he will find the best of every situation, which we've seen ourselves too.
Yeah, I definitely seen that. But everyone, go check it out. Ryan Grant sounds like a great podcast. You just told everything, and now they don't have to listen.
No, that's a podcast. A little bit. We have like an hour, man. So it's a lot.
No, definitely go check it out. That's on the Game on Wisconsin YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube, and then same thing. I'll put it for Apple and Spotify.
Apple, Spotify, all the places to listen to podcasts. Be sure to check it out. I appreciate Mr. Ummer over here.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Dude, by the way, your hair looks fantastic.
Joey, just for you.
It looks like if someone threw a rock at you, it would just bounce off that.
No,
thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
It's like I remember back in the day when I had hair like that. I still got hair, but I'm just saying it don't look that good anymore.
Oh man, whatever.
I had the aqua net going. Shh,
no, snap.
You know what I mean? It was solid. I go to school, get punched in the head, don't even feel that thing. All right, so we are out of here. Go Pack, go. Check out Coast to Coast. Game on.